Chantel Melanie Davis. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at lilacbamboo87. I am going to tell you about ninjas that are not real. So, girls, I know that we all have this fairy tale dream about being in love, and we all think we find the right one, and you go and pick out rings together, plan your weddings, everything, and then you find out 6 bitches? How the fuck? I'm gonna tell you how it all started. Now, I was a little skeptical at first. I'm like, this guy is just too good to be true. So I never really questioned him, never went through his phone until like months in on our relationship. It was after New Year's. We had started dating in August. New Year's rolled around, you know, things are getting better between us. I'm like, it's too good. So for some reason, he wouldn't let me see his Facebook. And I'm like, come on, we're just, you know, we're dating. Why can't I see your Facebook? Can I be your friend on it? I don't use my Facebook. First, he didn't have one. Then he doesn't use his Facebook. That's great. I decided to play catfish. Played catfish. You know what that is, right? So I created a fake page. I found me a nice, sexy model from Instagram. Her name was Jasmine Alexa, not her real name, just the name I gave her because it sounds right. She's from Miami. She had it going on, long hair, taking pictures on the beach. Perfectly a man's dream. So, of course, a few weeks later, I finally decided to send him a friend request, and he accepted it right away. He inboxed her this long paragraph talking about himself. So, of course, when he sent the paragraph, I learned a lot about him. I learned that he smoked weed. I learned that he's just a dirty piece of shit. You know, it was like, wow. So when the first message that was sent, it like shocked me. I was like, oh my God. And like my heart was just beating so fast. And I chilled out, thought this shit was funny. So I sent the password to my girls. We all logging in, laughing, chatting back and forth with this dumb motherfucker. I sent them my dummy missions like, hey, I want to meet you. Come to MGM Grand. Bitch, you gotta go to work in 2 hours. Okay? You really about to come to the casino? You work midnight shift at that. So after, you know, he showed up to the casino, I'm like, oh, my battery's on 2%, it's gonna die. Meet me at room 312. This bitch shows up, finds out there's no room 312. You went to the casino and showed up. Okay, that's cool. Dummy mission number 2. Hey, I'm about to leave to go to Miami. Do you think that you can meet me and pick me up and take me and my cousin to the airport? Shows up to a random Livonia address. After he just left my house. I just made dinner. You didn't even eat my food. Talking about you're gonna eat it later. Okay, that's cool. Played it off, baby, I love you. I see you later. Where you going? To take my cousin to get his car fixed. Bitch, it's 6 o'clock. I don't think that's true. So whatever, you know, I left it alone. Then, bait number 3, the night, the final night. The final night. It was my moment. Oh my God. I called all my girls. I'm like, hey, let's go out. Let's get a booth, a bottle. We drinking, we chilling. Life is good, right? So I had a fake number. I had my girl talk to him on the phone as her, you know, as the girl, and he's like, oh my God, you are real, oh my God. And he just started to get a little skeptical at first, thinking that I was onto it, because it was just too good to be true. So her story goes, she had left town because it was her birthday weekend. That's why she was on the party. And her friends were throwing her a surprise party, and then when they found out that she was in Miami, they were pissed off, so she came back to make them happy for her surprise birthday party, and she really wanted him to come. He ditched his cousin's birthday party, right? This is your cousin, like your best friend, to come to some party to meet this girl. You thought that you're gonna have sex, get a hotel, and have you a good night with this sexy ass model. Do you see me? Just saying. Okay, so he shows up. I said, make sure you park right in front of the club, because I want to see you. He sits outside for an hour and a half. An hour and a half. Can't get in, it's at capacity, it's $40 to get in. Bitch, you're broke, okay? So you and your little monkeys can sit in the car. So after the club lets out, it's about 2:15, you know, everybody's getting their coats, saying their deuces, whatnot. Me and my girls walk out, and I see him, and like, I just was in shock. I couldn't move. So then, confessions, okay? Don't judge me. He didn't say shit, his mouth dropped like, oh, you know that nigga face, oh. So my girl was like, you just gonna stand there and look? Fuck that shit. Opens the car door, my crazy ass just fucking, I just dove into his car and just was like, fuck you, bitch. For everything, really though? So you're gonna just cheat on me with some internet groupie, some internet hoe, really though? And you're gonna go fucking get high? I didn't know you smoke weed. Are you serious? And I begged you to come out with me this weekend, mind you, right? You didn't want to. So I whipped your ass. Now you gotta walk around with a busted lip. You got blood, everything. And like, fuck it. So I left him alone. I was so done, I left it alone. This nigga starts blowing my phone up, showing up to my house, Facebooking me, emailing me, like, really, I'm so done. So I was like, I don't want to have anything to do with you unless you come with some true life confessions or whatever and tell me about every bitch you ever fucked with. So when he did that, I was like, thank you. And I really believed that he was telling me the truth. So what he said was, I only fucked, 2 bitches, and the last time I fucked them was in November. I believed it. I was like, thank you. And he kissed a girl on New Year's Eve, and that actually hurt my feelings because I didn't get the New Year's kiss, and I was at church. All that was a lie. Of course, I found out months later. So he was laying in the bed one day, and I was like, oh, the password to his phone, 1087. 1087. I was like, where'd the number come from? It's kind of random, but okay, I'll use it when I need it. I show up to the bowling alley one day, look over his shoulder, and he's texting some bitch. So who's that? Oh, she's just my friend. Why are you deleting it? I never heard of her before. Who's he? Who's this girl? Some new girl. So, of course, that was a crazy story in itself. I took his phone, and I ended up getting a couple other bitches' numbers at the time, because I already knew his password. He didn't know this shit. I got in my car, locked the door, did what I needed to do, put the phone on top of the roof, drove off. And that was it. So, later in life, I decided to call these girls. I called them one by one, got the story. They're all like, what? I know he had a girlfriend. Oh my God, I wouldn't have been talking to him. Like, really? Really, bitch? So, what drew the line for me was, like, we were just chilling one day. All these songs come on the radio, Rihanna, she's always singing, I want you to stay. No, bitch, go. I don't want you to stay anymore. I'm so done. Like, I had, went through his phone recently. One last time, we had just broke up. We finally got back together. He wants to take me to pick out a ring. We're working on planning our marriage, everything. Like, he's involved in my kid's life, right? So I confronted him about a particular woman, and he tells me she's just my friend. She's just some girl that calls my phone. I said, really? Then why did you invite her to your house for the holiday? I didn't even get an invite. He goes, you went through my phone? Bitch, I've been your password. And you wonder why I act so fucking crazy? And you wonder I'm so nutty when I ask you these questions? You want to deny everything? And you're wondering, where's she getting this information from? I'm a psychic. No, bitch, I know your password. You fucking liar. That's how I know. So he got pissed off and was like, get the fuck out of my house. I was just like, oh my God, please don't talk to me like that. He was like, get out now. So I'm sitting on the chair like, oh my God. This crazy motherfucker grabs me, drags me up the stairs. Him and his mother, he lives with his mother. Mama, these crazy motherfuckers dragged me up the stairs and threw me outside in the cold. And I have bruises to prove it. Crazy. So, I talked to a couple other girls that night, and one girl was just like, you're a liar, and I guess she was the new main, whatever, because I wasn't the main anymore. He kicked me to the curb. She's a nurse, and she's 20 years old. Bitch, whose dick did you suck to become a nurse at 20? Because in the history of all nurses, unless you fucking graduate from high school at the age of 14 or 12, it's not happening. I'm sorry. So, that was that. I haven't really talked to him since then. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit. I hate him, and that's why you should never trust these ninjas. So whenever a ninja, first of all, red flags. He told me he was an engineer. He went to Cal State. Where's your degree? I've never seen any, and I asked him, where's your graduation pictures? Why do you live with your mom? I'm helping her out. Just found out your mother's house is in foreclosure. None of you guys are even paying the bills. So why are you still living here? You should have lots of money right now. Okay, first of all, you're not an engineer. You work at a fucking plant, okay? And maybe you make $16.50 an hour. Even if you did working 12 hours a week, that's overtime. You should be balling right now. Balling, but you're not, okay? I have more money than you. I don't get it. Anyways, that's not even important. What's important is you're a liar, and you're a cheater, and you're dirty, and I'm letting the world know, and you're a bitch, and you see this, you will never, ever, ever have this again. Why? Because I'm moving the fuck on. Bitch.